Hi and welcome to Mango's Compliance Conversations, where we get an expert, a person with opinion come into Mango and we talk about things that our clients, our customers and people have asked us to maybe research or have a look at. And today we're going to do training. So we've got Laurie O'Donoghue from Total Management and Training and Craig Thornton from Mango from the marketing department. Craig, as we all know, used to be a compliance auditor, so he sees things from that side of visiting lots of clients and seeing what they do. So today we're going to talk about training, so that's great having Laurie here because he's from Total Management and Training. So the question is, do people do training properly, or are they just doing it for the sake of, they think they need it, they don't know why they're doing it, but they do it, they send people out there, they spend money, they put them on a spreadsheet, and then they go save and close, and then a year down the track they bring that spreadsheet back out. So what are your experiences? Are they getting value from this process?
No, I don't think so. I think you've hit the nail on the head with the fact that it's put onto the spreadsheet. It's just a matter of ticking boxes without really doing an evaluation of the quality of training that's happening in the workplace. And we're seeing that more and more when you go on audits. You see the performance of the guys out there, they just don't have the skills or the knowledge, but yet they still have the certificate.
Okay, so by the sounds of it, you're saying that training is actually like a process, that it's not just ring up, get someone to come along, is that you actually have to put some thought in. Do we need it? So could you step through what those core steps would be?
Yeah, absolutely. What you need to do is you need to actually look at what the training's going to be provided for, why you're providing it, work out who the training provider is that you're going to use, look at the qualifications of the training provider, look at the qualifications of the trainer. We've had situations, for example, where we recently trained somebody in work health and safety for the Cert 4, and we found out a week later that they were actually delivering that course with absolutely no experience whatsoever in health and safety out in the workplace. They were delivering it purely from the fact that they'd attended a course. That is not quality training.
Right. And Craig, when you were out auditing and you came up to that section, I can't remember what it is in the standard, but all the standards talk about competency and training. What was your experience?
Well, you'd get thrown a skills matrix and then they'd say, that's our training. And that was it. That was people's opinion was that the skills matrix was all they needed. So it's like Laurie said, it's like a tick the box, yes, we've got a skills matrix, there you go. But when you actually dug deeper and you asked them, well, what training do these people need? They actually hadn't gone through a process around what's actually needed for that particular role. What skills, what competencies, who would be the assessor on those? It wasn't done. It was just, let's fill out this spreadsheet, let's fill out this skills matrix, and that was it. It's a common problem, and people need to sort of get out of this rut and try and work out how do we actually get some value from our training.
And so, okay, you put some people on training, you might have gone through that process, but I assume that review down the track to see whether they've retained it, learned it, especially with these days with language is going to be a problem. We train in English. We don't train in Mandarin, and we don't train in, say, Fijian or Tongan or Samoan. So we train in English. So I suppose it's really important around that assessment to understand whether that knowledge has been absorbed. What would be the best way to do it, like 3 months down the track, or a week down the track? How would you recommend the assessment process happen?
You could come in and do some task observations to make sure that what the person would have or should have learned, has learned and understands. You can do it by watching what they're doing, questioning, but it should probably be part of a formal process to say, as you said, a week afterwards or a month afterwards or 3 months afterwards, going and checking to make sure that that knowledge has been retained and they're actually achieving what you want out of the training they've been provided with.
Have you actually seen any good examples where companies are doing it really, really well? And what does that look like? Is it putting their stuff into different languages? Is it done by video? What would be some really good, top quality ways of doing that?
Oh yes, we've seen some good examples. If you take the fruit picking areas and fruit areas where they're actually providing the training in different languages, they put together videos that actually show it and provide the information in different languages, and then they actually do the assessment in that person's language.
And here in Mango, we obviously have procedures and processes, but we find that the written word it's not a good way of passing knowledge. So, Craig, what's the new way we're doing it here?
So for our training, we've created a whole lot of videos, and we actually can provide more information in less time, and then after a period of time we then come back and do an assessment based on what was described in the video. So we're finding really good traction with video. I don't know, is that the same for you, Laurie?
Yeah,
video seems to sort of transfer a lot more information rather than the written word.
Absolutely, and we're going down that path within our organisation, even with some of our courses now, providing videos and providing instruction, and particularly within the organisation, instead of writing a standard work procedure, we do a standard work video, so the person can actually follow it through and they can see what's happening.
I think we should acknowledge that maybe there's some room for improvement in training, is to have that process, define what your process is, make sure that your assessors are doing, you're reviewing, you're auditing the people who are providing you the training to make sure you're going to get the good outcome. Know what the outcome is before you start, and look at the best medium by which you pass that knowledge to those people. So, hey, thanks Laurie, thanks for coming.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found some value, go to our Mango channel and look at some of the other videos. Also go to Laurie's YouTube channel. He's got a whole pile of really good videos, good content, some free giveaways, and things that will make your life easier.